Peace, love, and light. In this video, we will be learning how to perform wudu, and we are going beyond the sink and using a bowl of water in observation of the sunnah to use as less water as possible. Enjoy.
First thing we want to do is start with intention to make wudu, to perform ablution, to cleanse ourselves physically and spiritually. I have a cup here so that I can keep track of how much water usage that I'm using, and I'm usually going to fill it up to about right here to perform cleansing on each body part, even rinsing my mouth. And it was totally efficient. So this is like a regular, so tiny juice glass, and I'm using about this much water, which I would say is about a quarter cup of water. The Prophet Muhammad, quick fun fact, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he performed wudu using about 1/3 of a liter of water. And when he performed a bath, he used about 3 liters of water. So that should put things into perspective as far as how much water was probably available. And the fact that we have running water now doesn't make it easier. It's so easy to like get into the shower and just overindulge in the shower. But for the sake of wudu, I'm sitting outside of the bathroom, which I find quite pleasant, and I feel good that I'm not using as much water, and I actually feel just as clean as if I did go into the bathroom without using as much water. Also, I am using, one important thing that you want to note here is that you don't want to use the same water that you use to wash your hands and your feet and everything. You don't want to spit the water back into the bowl here. You don't want to do that. So you're gonna need another bucket or something of that nature to put for the water to drip down into. One of the interesting things that I read in a hadith, and I want to say it was Bukhari, that when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam performed wudu, that people wanted the water that would drip from his hands and his face would never hit the ground, because the Sahabas and the followers of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they would be standing right there ready to catch the water and use that water just to touch it and just to be like a part of the entire experience of being close to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So even that water didn't go to waste, mashallah. So I'm going to take my cup and we're going to begin performing wudu. So first thing you want to do is just make the intention with your mind, and that is also aka niyyah. Make the niyyah the intention that you're getting ready to perform wudu. So I'm going to roll up my sleeves here and get ready to dive in. I'm gonna take my cup of water and fill it up, bismillah. And I'm gonna start with my right hand. And I'm just going to perform the wudu and pour the water over my right hand. And rubbing my hands as I pour the water over. Allah, remove the sins that I may have performed with my hands. Alhamdulillah for the hands you have given me, O Allah. Alhamdulillah for the hands you have blessed me with to feed myself, to cleanse myself. Alhamdulillah. Next is your mouth. And you want to make sure when you rinse your mouth that you're really rinsing it, and also to clear your throat of any mucus and phlegm that may be back there. So you want to really hawk anything up. I know it sounds really gross, but it's necessary, because if you're reciting Quran, then it's just going to make your throat more clear, and you want to remove any impurities and yuckiness that may be in there. Okay, now that we rinse our mouth 3 times, now the next part that we want to do is to rinse our noses. So this is still kind of a part of the whole cleansing your sinuses. We're gonna cleanse our sinuses with sucking in the water and blowing it back out. This took a long time for me to get used to, but I tell you, it makes all the difference when you're performing your wudu. So with my water here, I'm going to just take the water and sniff in the water. Gonna sniff it in and blow it out into the bucket. Okay. So now that we've got mucus probably all over our face and a few boogers, it's important for us to wash our face 3 times. So we wash our hands, right hand 3 times, our left hand 3 times. We've rinsed our mouth 3 times, and now we want to wash our face 3 times. While washing your face, I am thinking, I'll make my face shine with nur. Fun fact about washing your face multiple times a day, making wudu with just water, is the fact that it keeps your skin clear. If you wear makeup, and try not to wear the waterproof stuff so the water can actually penetrate through and make sure that your skin is actually getting wet. But the point is to get any impurities on the surface of your body off. So just keep it simple. You wear makeup, perform wudu over your makeup. You don't have to vigorously rub and scrub, but your face needs to be wet and feel more secure if you don't have makeup on. However, I know life happens and situations come up, so just try to keep it as light as possible and refresh your makeup after you're done. So now we're gonna perform our right hand, and I'm gonna scoop the water out, and over my bucket, I'm washing my right arm up to my elbow. So performing that, dipping my hand in the water like that. Then my left arm. Alhamdulillah for my arms, because what would I do without them? I love my arms. Now that we've done our right arm, our left arm, and now we're getting ready to do what is called maha. So we're gonna go over our heads. We're gonna go over our heads and around our necks. And for the Muslimas, we definitely want to make sure we get at least 1/4 of our hair wet. So in the case that you're like in a public restroom, or in the case that you're like out in public and you just don't have you don't feel secure in letting all of your hair out, is not necessary. It's cool, don't sweat it. Just make the wudu and go up 1/4 of your head. Make sure that part gets wet. So like your edges and up to here, make sure that part gets wet and around. And for my naturalistas, trust me, I feel you, because when you get a fresh press, there's nothing more like giving you anxiety that I'm getting my press wet and my edges are gonna get curly. It just comes with the game, sis. I have yet to find a solution for that, but you gotta get your edges wet. Even if it's just a little bit. So you want to do a little sprinkle something on there. Just make sure that it's clean. Cool. And coming around our neck. And when I come around my neck, I am asking for Allah to prevent me from, protect me from any type of mental illness, and to give me clarity and a good sense of mind. And lastly, our feet. So with the feet, we want to start always with the right side per usual. Let's start with the right foot here. Move my camera down. And I'm going over into the bucket here. So I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Let me adjust here. Go. So right foot. And we're gonna get in between our toes up to our ankles. That's 1, 2, 3. And as always, we're being mindful of what we're asking for as we cleanse ourselves. So anywhere we may have stepped or gone, we're asking for forgiveness for the places that we may have been, or we use our feet to perform these acts, good and bad. So let's recognize that as we cleanse ourselves. And that's it. I perform wudu using just a bowl, and I still have water left. And I know for a fact that if I had the water running all of this time, that this water would have overflowed 15 times by now because I put my water on full blast. So inshallah, I'm going to try to continue to practice using a bowl. I feel so intimate and cool doing this. I'm excited about it, and I hope that you guys try it out too. Let me know in the comments if you tried reducing your waist. Let me know if this video is clear on how to perform the steps of wudu. If I need to break it down further, I'll be happy to break down this video a little bit more with more details. In the meantime, please follow me at Her Muslim Self on Instagram, Her Muslim Self on TikTok, and I will see you soon, inshallah. Salam. I just finished recording the content for my wudu video, and this is what's left of the water that I wanted to use for the video, and this is the bucket that the used water went into. But I made wudu probably a total of 3 or 4 times, and look how much water is in there. So I filled this bowl about 3 times, and this is how much is left after making one wudu. And this is how much I use over 3 times. I think I use about 15 times as much if I just let the water run. What do you think?